Good evening. Welcome to our spring band concert for Marine City High School Mariner Bands. We have a great evening of music in store for you. A lot of fun and a lot of hard work the kids have put together over the past, I guess, like month and a half to this event. So it's great to see such an amazing crowd out there. It's cool. The first selection is entitled Flourish for Wind Band by a big name composer for the band movement in the early days. This is by Rafe Vaughan Williams, Flourish for Wind Band. Our next selection is going to be guest conducted by someone who really needs no introduction to us in Marine City, but I need to introduce anyway because I spelled his name wrong in the program. It's correct on the front cover and it's correct on the thank you page in the back, which is important. His name is not Davey, as it is printed in the program. My deepest apologies to Mr. David A. Urey.
Thank you for that very kind welcome, and thanks to Mr. Fox for having me out here this evening. I wanted to talk just briefly about the piece here this evening that I selected to have the concert band play, entitled Hypnotic Fireflies. The composer, Brian Balmages, wrote about the piece and his inspiration, and it reads like this. This piece was inspired by my vision of an open field on a summer night, much like tonight perhaps, with thousands of fireflies lighting up the darkness. The music envisions someone being hypnotized by the flashing lights and then waking in the middle of the field, completely engulfed in their magnificent glow. So we hope that the music can help you envision that of the hypnotic fireflies. We'll feature Dakota Finley on piano. Hope you enjoy.
So our next selection is entitled "And the Fire Raged." There's a little backstory to this one as well. Anyone who's worked their hardest to try and light a campfire might appreciate this. How sometimes you're sitting there for a little while, just a little smolder or a spark. So the fire, the way this piece begins is in that similar manner, or it's just maybe just a little spark, and it's just starting to pick up a little bit. And then throughout the piece, we get to this major raging inferno of fire. So it really is becoming one of my favorite pieces for band that's been written in the past 10, 12 years here. This is "And the Fire Raged" by Ted Ricketts. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed that. Give us a couple minutes here, and we're going to switch ensembles on you. Concert band's going to go away, and the wind ensemble's going to come on up. About 2 or 3 minutes. Thank you. Well, please welcome to the stage the Wind Ensemble. As you can see in your concert program, this first selection for the Wind Ensemble is a 3-movement work. So there's going to be a brief pause between the first and the second, third, while we just reset a couple maybe percussion things and get going to that next movement. The first Suite in E flat by Gustav Holst is very standard band literature. It's in probably the top 10 of just about any band director out there for them wanting to conduct, and also probably in the top 10 for pieces of music that we should be exposing to our students in our high school programs. Written at the early days of the band movement, Gustav Holst was at the forefront, again with Rafe Vaughan Williams, our first composer from this evening, Flourish for Wind Band, in doing this. The first movement starts just a little, it's just very quietly in the tuba, the low end. You may think it a little strange to start a concert this way, but by the time we get to the end of that movement and the second and absolutely the third movement, you'll see why I chose this selection. Here's Gustav Holst's first suite in E flat. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. It's one of my top 3, actually. Please welcome back to the stage Mr. David A. Urick for our next selection.
So when I heard that Doug and Rebecca Vermillion had lost their son and Brianna and Morgan had lost their brother, I was deeply saddened, as I'm sure many of you were when you heard the news. And I couldn't even begin to imagine how they must be feeling. And I thought, what can I do to help ease their pain? What can we do as like the Marine City Band family? What can we do to help? We would send flowers and cards. And we came to the funeral home and gave our condolences to the family and gave hugs and, shared our comfort to the family. We all would pray and offer support to the family and donate to the Children's Heart Foundation in honor of Junior. And all those things were appropriate. And then I began to hear stories of how Junior loved music and the Mariner Marching Band and the Marine City Fight Song, and how he'd march behind the band at the parades. And I didn't even know one of the years of band camp that my own son Ray, who was also 3 years old, he and Junior played on the hill on the side of the stadium at band camp. One of the years when the band was doing their end of the camp performance. And so with all that, I thought, there's something more that we can do, that I can do. So I sent a message to Chris Bernotis, a composer that these students got to meet last year, about commissioning a piece in honor of Junior. And the bands played 2 of their pieces last year at festival, Moonrise and Dance and Vertigo by Chris Bernotis, and we took those to New York, and we performed those with Chris, and he clinicked the kids on the pieces, and he played it with them, with the composer, and we played them on the Intrepid for the audience that was there, and that was very special. And so there was nobody else who I thought I should ask that would be appropriate to work to commission a piece. And I told Chris about Junior and all the stories that I had heard, and he said, I have the perfect piece, it just hasn't been published yet. I've already been writing it. It was almost like fate that I would ask him to commission this piece. Dancing Kites, a piece was set to capture the playful spirit of a child. Chris has 2 children of his own. As you guys know, I have 2 young children, and you've all had, at some point in your life, young children, and seen that playful spirit in all of them. And some of it's, is still with them today, and within us as well, even as adults. And Chris said he wouldn't take any money for the commission, because those things don't come cheap, but he asked that all the money collected for the commission would be donated back to the foundation. And he really did want to be here tonight, but unfortunately getting here from New Jersey was a bit of a struggle for him. But he wanted to let you guys know that he sends his well wishes to the Vermillion family and to the band on their performance tonight of this piece. At this time, I'd like to invite the Vermillion family up to the stage to receive a very special gift from the band boosters and the band family. So if you guys, wherever you are out there, would come on up, and Brianna's already up here, so if you want to come forward, we have a special gift for you. So what we have for them here, and you guys can see as you kind of go by, is a special copy of the score, and it's the front page of the score to the piece Dancing Kites by Chris Bernotis. And it says at the very top of the score, the dedication is commissioned by the Marine City Bands, Marine City, Michigan, Stephen C. Fox, director, and David A. Urick, former director, in honor of Douglas Vermillion Jr. and in memory of his playful spirit. So this is for you guys here. All right, so as they head back, I want to give you just a little bit more information. Tonight's performance by the Marine City High School Wind Ensemble is the world premiere of Dancing Kites. It has never been performed until this evening. This piece will be published for purchase this summer through Chris's publishing company. And Junior's playful spirit will continue to live on every day. This piece is rehearsed and played and performed by any band anywhere in the world. All right, I'm almost done. This one's the hardest part. So this one is for you, Junior. I'm sure that he'll be dancing along with the band as they perform.
I'm a little taller. Our next selection happens to be a dance also. Something you might be familiar with if you've ever seen West Side Story. Leonard Bernstein is one of my absolute favorite composers, probably, if I had to rate again, probably one of the top three. And this is one of my favorite selections. I've been keeping an eye on it for a little while now, hoping I could use it at some point, and then this happened. I became a band director at high school. So here is Mambo from West Side Story by Leonard Bernstein. Thank you so much. If you once again give us just a couple of minutes, we're going to bring the concert band folk back up here and do a couple of combined band numbers for you. Just a moment, 2 minutes. All right, before we get going with the, oh no, they brought him up? Before we get going, we have a couple logistical things to take care of here. I guess some 50-50 plus the raffle basket. And before we do that, I really want to thank the parents that donated for that raffle basket, but in particular, I want to thank Terry Lynn for putting that together. So thank you, Terry Lynn. The raffle? Okay. This is for the raffle basket. It looks like a red ticket. Okay, number is 36825. Mrs. Dean? It's rigged. No. $107, 50-50 raffle. Orange ticket number is 6958674. Mrs. Dean again? No. Read it again. 6958674. Are you kidding me? Huh? Oh, that's awfully nice. Thank you, Mr. Warner. Seriously, I have nowhere else to put it. Thank you very much. A couple of things. In your program, you'll notice there's some upcoming events. For those of you that are completely unaware, don't read my emails or get my reminds, which my very witty ones remind you. Band Awards night is Wednesday evening in the cafeteria at 6:30. So if you never got that information from any of these children, you can still come. Bring a dish to pass. Memorial Day parade is on Monday. 9 o'clock, they need to report to the band room so we can get everything going. And then at 10 o'clock, the parade is downtown. And then we eat hot dogs and have a great day. Band camp balances are due May 29th, which is, I believe, a week from this Friday. I will be getting pizza kit if your child participated in that. I will get that pizza kit information out to you with their balances, what they owe. And graduation is on May 31st. So all of these folks, yeah, congratulations. Don't cheer for them too much, they get big heads. It is on the 31st it's actually at 1 p.m., I believe. We have a pre-graduation concert at 12:30, and the report time is going to be noon for all of these folks, including the seniors. They participate in the pre-concert performance, and then they leave us. This will be their last time as Mariner Band students. Sad farewell. And this is your last concert ever on stage. All right, and then pre-camp and band camp stuff is coming up in July. You can look at those dates at your leisure. Before I do introduce or bring Mr. Uhrig back out here again to conduct Symphonians, I would like all of the senior members of the band to stand so they can get one last honor. Honestly, guys, this is the best and brightest we have at Marine City. I'm not gonna lie. 7 years ago, Mr. Uhrig and I came to Marine City as band directors at the same time. This senior class is the very first sixth grade band we started together. It's been a long road over those years, but I've been honored over those years to work with them as their director, as I know Mr. Uhrig has as well, and I look forward to many more years ahead. So, I'm out of here. Please welcome back to the stage, Mr. Uhrig.
Had to hug Stevie. Watch it, Jamie. I know. All right. So, I wanted to just take a moment to say thank you. Thanks to Mr. Fox, Steve Fox, for asking me to guest conduct here tonight. Steve, this means more to me than you'll ever know. Thanks to the loving and passionate community of Marine City, from football games, the many, many amazing football games, to concerts and plays, and much, much more. Your support is simply incredible and cannot be found, and I am not lying, anywhere else other than in Marine City. This is a very special, special place. Thanks to all the band parents and families for all of your time, your love, your dedication to your students and their band program. And most importantly, thanks to the outstanding young men and women that have performed on this stage for the past 7 years, both current students, and I know there are some alumni here tonight, and those that couldn't be here this evening. Your kindness and your love continues to amaze me. The day after I announced to the students that I would be leaving, Chelsea Cornego she's sitting right over there, and I'm standing here, and it's the next day, and I said, do you guys have any questions? Do you want to ask anything? And you want to say anything? And she says, you know, Mr. Yu, none of us really want to admit this, and we don't want to say this. And this just, hit me pretty hard. She said, we're proud of you, and we're happy for you. And the day after I told them, and I know their hearts were breaking, and my heart was breaking, and to say that just meant the world to me. In the weeks that followed, I was shown such an outpouring of love and understanding from the community, the parents, the students at conferences. I sat and cried, I think, with 35 moms and students and a couple dads as well, and everybody understood. They got it. They knew why I was doing why I was moving. And one of my last days here, the students surprised me. I had a little gathering in the library. I was coaxed down there because I had to do something for the yearbooks, Natalie told me. And so they were all in the library, and James put a couple videos together, and the students presented me with a couple of gifts. And again, their generosity and their thoughtfulness just blew me away. They got me a new baton, a new whistle, and a new tie. They were all in Rochester blue. So from the bottom of my heart, to you all, I love you. Every one of you. I love you guys. So, without further ado, it has been a long-standing tradition here in Marine City, from long before I was here, I think from Mr. Decker, that the combined bands always would play the symphonians at the spring concert. So this evening we will feature senior Ashley Volkman on piccolo, all of the wind ensemble flutes, and our wind ensemble percussion section. Here is the symphonians.
This next song. This next song, I really picked it because it's very pretty. And when I tell kids, I'm like, I picked it, it's pretty. I know I get the eye rolls and stuff like that. But it really is pretty. But one of the other reasons I selected this song is, I guess for graduation, for 150 years, I don't know, the kids have played If by Bread at graduation. And I asked them, like, why do we play If by Bread? They're like, I don't know. It's a good song. So I find out this is something that Paul Decker started when he was here, If by Bread. So I went to Paul Decker at a band practice on a Monday night for a community band. I said, Paul, why do you play If by Bread? And his response was, I don't know. It was just a song that I liked, and like, all right, so we're not doing If by Bread at graduation, because no one could give me a definite answer what the connection is. I mean, is it if they graduate? That doesn't make sense. So my offering this time around, this is again, another one I've been keeping my eye on for a while, and I've been wanting to do. Amerlin is just a very beautiful tune by Jacob DeHaan, and hopefully it matches the standard of If by Bread. completely different. I'm a fan of pretty music. You all know I'm a fan of movie music, but you didn't know maybe that I'm a fan of kind of Latin music. I like the, what's the word I'm looking for? The drive, the passion. It's in my blood. Yeah. Thanks, Jay. I'm very Latin. This next one, I felt would be a nice closer for you before we actually ended off completely with Anchors Away. Here is Malagueña. Thank you so very much for a very wonderful evening. Thank you to all the students on stage, all of the parents that have been such a vital aspect of the program throughout the school year, and thank you to Mr. Yerg for coming back and being a part of this celebration for us. So, we all hope you had a wonderful evening, and if you didn't, here's Anchors Away.